So the great thing about not being a brand new founder or, brand new in business is you have a contact list. So about 2 weeks before, like we just set a date. At that point, like to your point, like why do we have to get it out, right? We basically just chose a date and we said, this is the date that we're going to onboard the first person and we're not changing. And so what I did was I went through my phone and my old emails and I made a huge long Google sheet list of every single person and company in my Rolodex that I can think of that could potentially use this product. And it was, vendors I had done conferences with, it was real estate companies, insurance companies, coaches, like literally anybody. And I just had like company name, person, email, and I just went down the list one by one to say, hey, I'm doing something new. We're releasing it in a couple weeks. Would love to get your feedback on it. If it's something that's valuable for you, we'd love to get you on a trial. It's going to be 60 days because you're one of the first customers. I wanted them to know that we're a new company so they could be more forgiving. I wanted them to know that it's a 60-day trial, which means they come in knowing they have to pay. Like there is no alpha, there's no beta. I've done those things before. It is so hard to get someone's mind out of beta into a paying customer. And that was actually probably how we got our first 50 customers is from that list. And what I did was like, if somebody was like, yeah, this seems interesting, I think we can use this, I would schedule a second onboarding call specifically to watch them sign up, like from our sign up page, and then watch them create the first webinar, like upload the video, create a schedule, put the interactions, because the biggest challenge is we think we know everything. But then at the same time, you design this thing in a silo, right? It doesn't work, right? You can't click through. So there were so many things that were obvious to us that we weren't sure if it was going to be obvious to anybody else. So by watching people go through the entire process was how we were able to make certain things better, make certain things stand out, change the colors, and then fully automate that sign up and onboarding process probably into like our 100th customer was completely automated. And it was actually pretty crazy. Like some things are just flipping colors, right? Instead of a white button, have a green button. And you realize when it's not that, people don't even see the menu on the top. They just go directly to publish. They miss everything. So that was a pretty interesting experience, but just hard work and lots of grinding and lots of emails and lots of calls.
Okay, so the product, the time and effort you put into this was worth it. You can get it out there. Were you? How many people did you email, and was it manually one by one?
Yeah.
You were sending out these emails.
Yeah, because the first batch of people are going to be people right? Ideally, because then, they're a little bit more forgiving. They'll take your call. They'll give you more time. They've worked with you before. You have credibility. They know you're going to deliver, right? And that was really important. For any company to adopt your solution, like they have to know that you have their back, right? Because they're responsible to someone else. So luckily, because I had my previous company, I did already have a list of customers that I could kind of call back and say, hey, this is what I'm doing next. So I was lucky in that sense. So I probably reached out to manually 250 people, no less. And then when I talked to someone, I would ask them who else they knew, right? That's like the hard question to ask, right? Who else do you know that you can refer me to? I'm new. I would really appreciate you spreading the love. So I don't have a lot of shame because I've been in sales for so many years. And then I just kind of kept adding to that list and adding to that list. But honestly, at some point, like, relying on the goodness of other people kind of runs out. And then you need to have another strategy to grow your company.